Okay, so the reason that this adjustment of these set screws and why these holes exist is every boat is different and every wavelength is different. And so if your rope is like 2 or 3 feet too long, when I say that, I mean the person is like out the back of your wave when they're pulled tight on the rope. That's not what you want. When they pull tight on the rope to get up, you want them kind of in the meat of your wave so they can just hang onto the handle. As soon as the wave forms, it starts to push them. The arm pulls the slack away, they let go. And when they let go, you want the rope to be hanging just above the water. All right, so if your rope is too long and you want to shorten your rope, what you're going to do is you're going to drop the angle of your pull. And the way you do it is with these 2 set screws. So you have a set screw here and you have a set screw here, okay? All right, so these are 3/16 Allens. You're just going to stick your Allen in there, pull down just a hair to release the pressure on there, and then you're going to go left on these. And they're going to have some Loctite on them. But you're just going to spin that out. And then I'm going to do the other side as well. You pull down just a hair. I'm going to break that loose. And then you'll see when I back these out, now that pull can go all the way up to its highest setting. So now I got my hands free, I got the pull free. Now I'll just spin these out. I just didn't want to drop them. So I kind of leave them in there until I'm ready to take them all the way out. Now with those all the way out, you can look in the side of here and you see how there's no kind of window showing. Now when I pull down on this, I could stick the stop screws in there and that would hold the pole at this angle. Then if I pull down a little more, I stick it in, I can hold it at that angle. If I pull down a little more, I stick it in, I'd hold it at that angle. And so as you go up, the rope gets longer. So if I use this hole right here and stick my screw in there, that's the longest setting. If I want the rope a little shorter, I go to this one, I stick it in that one. If I want it even shorter, I go to this one and I stick it in this one. And let me show you how to tighten them in so you don't mess up the sides of your no-throw. Okay, so now this is super important. Okay, you can't mess around with this. You have to pull this down until the window opens. See how that window's open in there? See that little metal in there going back and forth? So you pull that down till that's open, and then you screw this in, but you are not tightening this, okay? It's got Loctite on it. There's a little tube of Loctite in your kit. So you screw this in until it's flush with the outside of your plate. If you tighten it in, it's gonna shove out on this plate and it's gonna ruin your no-throw. So it's super imperative that you do not tighten that. You just screw it until it's flush, you put some Loctite on it, it stays in place. Come around to the other side. You'll see that window's open. You'll grab your other set screw. This is just a redundancy. Start screwing it in there. However, you need to pull down on your pull just a hair to make sure that window's all the way open. When you go in, you're just going to go in to flush. Again, you see I'm not tightening this. You can see the Loctite on there. I'm going to go just a quarter turn more. I'm flush with the outside, and that's it. Whatever hole you choose, you just have to make sure the window's open when you stick your set screws in there, and then it'll hold the pole at that height. So that's how you make major adjustments to your rope length, is by changing these set screws. Like I said though, 99% of the time, this is the right hole. It'll come preset that way. You won't have to adjust it, but if you do, that's how to do it.